Not everybody loves being out in nature. Some people feel uncomfortable or even a little scared, preferring the calm of home after a busy day. Sound familiar? You might be experiencing a phenomenon called biophobia. Biophobia comes from Greek words. Bio means life, and phobia means fear or strong dislike. So, biophobia is a fear or strong dislike for living things, or sometimes just a preference for technology and the comfort of human-made stuff. While most often used to describe a fear of certain animals, biophobia can include lots of nature-based worries, like allergies from plants, touching something poisonous, or getting lost in an unfamiliar place. Some people also feel uneasy about crime or getting hurt outdoors, or even being in tight spaces where it's tough to spot danger. These fears can have a wide range of severity, everything from getting the willies to actual anxiety and panic attacks. Some scientists hypothesize that these fears are actually hardwired in our DNA, like how our pre-modern ancestors watched out for snakes, spiders, and poisonous plants. Today, these fears can kick in, regardless of whether the danger is real or just in our heads. So how do scientists study biophobia? Turns out, it's easier to measure what scares people than what makes them happy. Here's a typical experiment. People see pictures of animals, like snakes or spiders, and neutral things, like flowers or grass, pairing those images with a slight shock or something uncomfortable. Later, participants see the pictures again, and scientists check which images they still react to. Consistently, people remember to be afraid of dangerous animals much longer than the scary flower. Pretty interesting, right? Well, you might be thinking, wait a minute, aren't we just scared of certain animals because everyone is? I mean, people freak out about spiders all the time, but when's the last time someone screamed at a rabbit? To find out if our fears are just about what society tells us, a group of researchers in the US came up with a clever experiment. They decided to compare how people react to things that are considered scary in modern culture. The researchers showed people photos of spiders and snakes, which have always been dangerous to humans, and then photos of things like handguns and rifles, which are more recent threats. Guess what happened? People stayed scared of the animals for longer than they stayed scared of the guns. That's pretty wild, right? It suggests that our fear of certain animals might actually be something we're born with, not just something we pick up from our surroundings. When studying biophobia, scientists look at two main things: how many different nature-based things someone is afraid of, and how strong those fears are. Turns out, where you live makes a big difference in both of these factors. People in cities usually have more and stronger fears of animals compared to folks who live in the countryside. The less wild nature you see, the more unfamiliar and sometimes scarier it feels. Worldwide, around 3 to 5% of people have some form of animal phobia, and it's more common in cities. Recent studies are finding that greater access to information and media sensationalism can influence biophobia too. During the height of the COVID pandemic, all the news about bats being linked to the disease caused a big jump in bat fear. Why does biophobia matter? Well, if you fear nature, you'll spend less time outdoors, missing out on fresh air, nice scenery, and stress relief. If biophobia gets really strong, it can cause people to feel anxious, worried, or even depressed. Researchers have found that kids are especially influenced by how their parents feel about nature. If parents avoid the outdoors, their kids might too. That means missing out on exercise, creative play, and soaking up some much-needed sunshine. Plus, people with biophobia might be less interested in helping protect the environment. In extreme cases, they could even wish for certain animals or bugs to disappear, especially ones they find scary or gross. So what can you do if you want to feel less nervous about nature? Here are some helpful tips to dial down biophobia. Tip number 1, start slowly and stick with what's familiar. Even a little time in nature can help. If you usually eat lunch at your desk, how about heading outside to a picnic table with a view of trees or water? If there are walking paths or green spaces near your school or workplace, maybe park further away so you can enjoy a little nature on your walk in. And remember, spending time outside is even better when you bring a friend or family member along. Lunch or a quick walk in a park is more fun with good company. Tip number 2, Learn about your fears. If you're nervous around certain animals or bugs, try a little exposure therapy by visiting a zoo or nature center. There you can safely see these creatures up close and learn more about them. Understanding the facts and clearing up myths can really help make these fears smaller. Tip number 3, pick smart plants. If you buy plants for your home or workplace, think about health and comfort first. Look for greenery that's easy to care for, unlikely to trigger allergies, and not super attractive to bugs. Tip number 4, make nature accessible for everyone. If you're planning an outdoor meeting or retreat, remember that biophobia doesn't have to stop you from picking nature spots. It just means you should think about comfort and safety. Choose places that offer both indoor and outdoor spaces, like a park or a visitor center. Look for locations with bathrooms, plenty of shade, and wide, clearly marked paths. These little details help everyone feel more at ease. Less grass and bugs, less chance of getting lost, and more fun outdoors. Plus, make sure the area is well lit and popular to help everyone feel safe from crime or injury. Biophobia is more common than people realize, but it doesn't have to keep us from enjoying the health and well-being benefits of the outdoors. Take things one step at a time, stay curious, and don't let those nature jitters hold you back.